Kristen. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. Today I would like to go through the sun salutations and how we can advance each of those poses through refined technique. Give a few different perspectives and ideas on how we can provide that technique to our students and use it through the own experience that we have through our own asana practice ourselves. So I would like to get started on a lying flat position on the back. We'll let the shoulders press into the earth, press down into the spine, the lower back. Palms are flat. Let's keep the knees bent just to keep proper alignment through the spine. We'll start with 3 synchronized breaths together. Imagine your touch point, so any part of the body that is touching the earth. We want to intertwine our roots with the earth. So imagine we have roots just like a plant. We're intertwining those roots with the earth's roots. Breathe in. Breathe out. Deep breath in. We're energizing the body. Breathe out. Deep breath in. Press the belly button away from the spine. Take a deep inhalation. As you exhale, feel the belly button come back towards the spine. Find extension in the neck. Reach the head away from the hips. Slightly tuck the tailbone. Reach your fingertips towards your heels. Press into the shoulders. Feet are pressing flat into the mat. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, guide the hips towards the sky. Lift the hips, bridge pose. Press down in the shoulders, press down in the hands. Fingers should already be separated. Breathe in. Breathe out, guide the hips towards the mat. Let's lift the knees into the chest. You can reach your hands around the front sides of the knees. As you inhale, lift your forehead towards your knees. A lot of instructors will guide you to rock back and forth here. I find more benefit in holding a stabilized pose. We're still counteracting that bridge pose, but feel free if you'd like to rock along the spine safely. You're welcome to do so. Exhale, we'll place the feet back into the mat. Relax the back, fingertips reach towards the heels. Another bridge pose. Breathe in. Separate the vertebrae. So we want to imagine a cloud-like feeling between each of the vertebrae. They're soft, but they're extended. Breathe in. Exhale, lift the hips, bridge pose. Press down into the shoulders. Keep your roots intertwined with the earth. Breathe in, lift the hips high. Breathe out, let the hips find the mat. Bring the knees into the chest. You can point the toes, you can flex the feet, but let's engage the muscles. Inhale, lift nose to knees. Exhale, back down. Hands onto the tops of the knees. Inhale, press them away. We're extending the arms. Continue to press the shoulder blades into the mat. As you exhale, pull the knees into the body. We're using the knee movement, the flow of extending on your inhales and exhales to draw it close. Use your legs to help press all that stale air out from your lungs. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, draw them close. Once more, extend. Shoulders are still pressing down, lower back is flat. Exhale, draw the knees close to the body. We're going to place the feet flat onto the ground. Inhale as you bring weight into the forearms. Look towards the knees, elbows directly under the shoulders. Inhale, lift the front body, open the chest. Pull back in the shoulders. We're finding extension and stretching through the shoulders, the front of the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out, press weight into the hands, come to an upright position. As swiftly as possible, let's come to the tops of our mats in Tadasana. Feet are hip width apart. Again, find a strong foundation in the feet. This first sun salutation we'll go through decently slow, going through all the points of connection. So let's inhale to lift the toes. We're going to fan them out. Exhale, place the big toe down, followed by each of the others. Let's close the eyes. Turning your focus inward and taking notice of how each of these positions are making our body feel. Press your roots into the earth. Let's tighten the calf muscles. Imagine the shins drawing into one another. We're going to slightly turn the thighs out from one another as we draw them in. Slightly tuck the tailbone. Inhale, find length through each of the vertebrae, through the neck, through the crown of the head. Pull the fingertips a little closer towards the earth as you draw the shoulder blades down and into one another. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're hugging our muscle to our bone. Remember muscular energy. Energetically extend through the fingertips, through the palms of the hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. All of the muscles should be activated. Breathe in. Breathe out once more. You can soften your gaze. Inhale, leave the body as it is. Leave the shoulders down. We're extending the arms above head, mountain. As you exhale, slow swan dive forward. We're extending the arms by our sides. Hinging from the hips, fold all the way down to the mat. If it's not attainable for you to bring the hands flat onto the mat, let's bend the knees. We want length in the spine and in the torso. So let's not bend the shoulders or reach the shoulders towards the ears. Nice long back. Breathe in. Some of the weight comes to the tops of the feet. As you exhale, palms are flat. Let's step the feet back to a modified plank. Knees are down. We're pressing our palms into the mat. Press the base of your index finger down. Flatten the fingers. Inhale, slight lift in the chest. Lower the hips. Let's lower the elbows, baby cobra. Lift the chest. Elbows draw tight into the body. Tucking the toes, exhale, down dog. Walk the feet forward. Let's start in a modified down dog. So bending the knees, lift the heels. We want to extend through the spine, press down into the base of the index fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out, press your chest through to your thighs. Lift through the tailbone. Keep the knees bent. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, look to the hands. As you exhale, walk the feet forward. We're in a forward fold. Again, you can bend the knees here if it's more comfortable to attain the nice neutral long spine. Inhale, flat back. We're going to bring our fingertips to the mat or hands onto the shins, whatever is more comfortable for your body. Length through each of the vertebrae. As you exhale, fold forward, soften the knees. Inhale, rise, lift the arms, mountain. Exhale, Tadasana. See if you can find all those same points of alignment in your Tadasana. Focus on the feet. We're grounding the roots. Tighten the legs. Draw the thighs in and bring them forward. Hips are forward. Shoulders are down and back. Chest is lifted. Let there be a bright light shining through the front of the rib cage, just like a sun, shining its rays out from the center of your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, extend the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, fingertips into the earth, or hands onto the shins. Exhale, bring the palms flat into the mat. We're separating through the fingers. Exhale to step the feet back. This time, if you'd like, keep the knees lifted. If it's a little bit easier or comfortable, you can lower the knees. Your points of alignment here, we want to start with the foundation in the hands. We're pressing into the base of the index finger. Fingers are separated and weight is evenly distributed. We want to tighten the forearms, soften the elbows, microbend in the elbows. Press through the shoulder blades. Let's lift them to our ears and then we'll exhale them onto the back. Find the shoulder blades onto the back. Draw down into the lower parts of the shoulder blades. Breathe in. As you exhale, let's lower the knees. Slightly turn the elbows out. We're flattening the tops of the feet. Exhale, lower all the way flat to your mat. Elbows pull into the body. As you inhale, lift, baby cobra. We're lifting our head. Press into the tops of the feet, all 10 toes. If you're comfortable, let's press into the hands to lift the upper body for cobra. You're more than welcome to stay in a baby cobra, elbows tight into the body, lift through the chin. If you're in a full cobra, let's lift the upper body. Again, we're finding that sunshine light coming through the front of the body. Press the 10 toes into the mat, elbows are soft. shoulders pull back. We want to slightly tuck the chin in so that we can lift through the crown of the head. A lot of times we'll see our students or ourselves reaching the neck all the way up, compressing the spine. It's a little bit sweeter to lift through the top of the head. Breathe in. Breathe out, tuck the toes, down dog. We'll go over the points of alignment in a neutral downward facing dog. So pressing into the palms of the hand, base of the index fingers, pressing into the earth. Again, we find our roots intertwining with the earth to find that strong foundation and grounding, stabilizing the body. Softening the elbows, let's inhale, lift our shoulders towards our ears. Exhale, press the shoulders down and back, away from the ears. That will in turn let our chest pull through to the thighs ever so gently, lifting through the tailbone. We're finding extension through each of the vertebrae. Lift the tailbone. We want to turn the thighs into one another. Exhale, press them gently out. Soften the knees. Your heels may not reach the mat. That's perfectly fine as long as our legs are in alignment. If you can, draw the heels towards the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your roots are intertwining with the earths at the feet and the hands. Strong foundation. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Let's lift the heels away from the mat. As you exhale, bend the knees. Pressing weight into the hands, stretching the bottoms of the feet. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go ahead and flatten the feet. We're going to set the left foot between the hands, back heel down, roughly a 45-degree angle. You can point your back toes towards the front right corner of your mat. Press into the foundation of your feet before you lift the torso. So let's make sure that this knee is in line, the front knee is in line with our left ankle. As we inhale, lift the upper body, lift the arms. Arms squeezed by the ears. Let's exhale, deepen our hinge. So again, the points of alignment, we'll start with the foundation. The feet are pressing into the earth. We're also slightly drawing the feet into one another to give the tailbone a lift. We don't want to passively press into the feet, letting this knee come past the ankle. So take a deep inhale, deep exhale. Pull the base of your spine towards the earth. Breathe in, breathe out. Try extending that back leg. Inhale, lift the chest, front of the rib cage opening. Let that light shine through. Let's lift the shoulders towards our ears. Exhale to place them onto the back. Let there be space between the chin and the chest. Arms are drawing right by the ears. Breathe in. Breathe out. Muscular energy in the arms. We want the fingers separated, fingertips reaching towards the sky. Resistance in the hands, so we're actively drawing them into one another as if we had a yoga block or maybe a beach ball in the hands, but not allowing them to physically come together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's bring the hands onto the hips. Taking a look at our hip alignment, we want the hips facing the front corners of the mat, so naturally they may want to bow out. Let's make sure that they're facing the front of the mat. Hands should be aligned with the front corners. This is an easy way also to take notice of where the hips may be in your warrior ones. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, tuck the tailbone, lift through the crown of the head. We're going to turn the right toes towards the side wall. We're preparing to come into a warrior two. Inhale, arms extend to a T. If you have a mirror, maybe take a look, make sure you can't see the back hand. If you don't have a mirror, let's shift the head back. Make sure that the back wrist or your right wrist is in line with the shoulder. Exhale your gaze back over the left wrist. Take a little bit of a deeper hinge into the front knee. We're slightly drawing the knee outward as you open the hips to the side. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you inhale, I want you to imagine the crown of your head lifting up. Find extension through each of the vertebrae. Decompress the spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, pull the shoulders down onto the back. As you exhale, extend the front leg. Micro bend in the knees. Still focus on the foundation of the feet pressing into the earth. We're gonna reach past the toes. We're preparing for a triangle. So extend past towards the front of the mat. Arms are extended. We still have that muscular energy. As you exhale, option to bend the knee to bring the left arm down. Option for that leg to be extended. It's important to keep the upper body straight here, so if it's more attainable to bend that knee, I invite you to take that modification for yourself. The right arm is stacked directly over the chest. Chest is over the left wrist. We're pulling our hips towards the wall behind us, the crown of our head towards the wall in front of us. We're finding that extension, that axial extension in the spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try to draw the weight of your body with the feet coming into one another. There's no movement, but there's a shift of weight. There should be a lift in your chest. Pull the right shoulder back. Open the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Really reach through each of the fingertips. As you exhale, we're pivoting back to a warrior two. We want to pull the shoulders down and back. Let the bottom of the shoulder blades touch one another. Check in with yourself. See what points of alignment that you brought into this warrior two. See if you open the hips, see if you open the knees, see if you pull the shoulders down, or what adjustments can you make? Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to release the right arm behind our back. Hand is flat. The back side of the hand is flat into the back, reaching towards the left hip. As we inhale, our left fingertips reach to the sky. It's very common to just bow over and come into your hinge, but let's find extension first. Left fingertips extend to the ceiling. Keep your hinge in the front knee. We want the hips nice and open. There's a lot happening here. I want you to imagine that there's a cloud-like substance coming between the ribs. So the ribs are soft, but they're open. They're protected. Breathe in. You have the option to stay here. You have the option to hinge back, reaching your fingertips over the head. Peaceful warrior. Breathe in. Breathe out, warrior two. Arms are in alignment. Take a look back. Did you bring your right arm directly in line with the shoulder, or do you need to adjust? Breathe in. Let's reach past the mat. Take a deeper hinge into that front knee. Feet continue to draw into one another to lift the tailbone. As you exhale, windmill the arms down to the mat. Hands are flat, fingers are separated. We're stepping the feet back to a plank. Let's make sure that the feet are hip-width apart. Naturally, some students want to draw the ankles together. I find more benefit anatomically to extend the legs hip-width apart. Pull your heels to the wall behind you. Pull the crown of your head to the wall in front of you. Full line of energy throughout the entire back body. Let's pull the shoulders away from the ears, slight lift in the chest. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower the knees, flatten the feet. Press weight into all 10 toes. As you exhale, turn the elbows out. We're lowering down to the mat. Elbows into the body. Inhale, lift baby, or a full cobra. Choice is yours. Let's make sure that we have lift in the upper body rather than compression. So lift through the crown of the head. Press into all of your touch points, the hands and the tops of the feet. We're going to tuck the toes. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, lift the tailbone. Take a deep breath out, press the chest towards the thighs. And then let's come back and bring a slight lift in the lower parts of the shoulder blades. Open up the very bottom corners of your shoulder blades. Let's inflate the lungs like a parachute. So let the belly open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. As you exhale, bend the knees. Place the belly to the thighs. Extension through the spine. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let the heels find the mat. We're stepping the right foot through the hands.
Turn the back heel down. We're pressing into the pinky toe, but we're evenly distributing the weight. Big toe faces the front left corner of the mat. Let's find our foundation. So bring your weight into your feet. Imagine again the feet drawing in, tailbone lifts. Inhale, lift the upper body. Exhale, find your warrior one. This front knee is in line with our ankle. Arms are by our ears. Let's have some resistance in the palms. Breathe in. Pull the shoulders down. Exhale. Deep breath in. Reach the fingertips high. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades down. Let's extend through the back knee. Check in with your front knee. Check in with the knee with the ankle. As you exhale, hands come down to the hips. See if you need to adjust the hips. Maybe we need to pivot a little closer to the tops of our mats. Maybe we need to pull back in one of the hips. Breathe in, lengthen through the crown of the head, through the neck. So we're slightly tucking our chin. Inhale, lift through the crown of the head, pull the shoulders down. As you exhale, pivot the back toes to the side. Inhale, reach the arms, warrior two. Let's take a look back at that back arm. Make sure it's in line with the shoulder. We're still extending through the fingertips. We want to keep that energy through the arms. Let's inhale, lift the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, place them back down. Slightly open this front knee as we open the hips. This warrior two is focused on opening the front of the hips. Open the front body. Let that sunlight shine through the front of the ribs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slight tuck in the chin. Extend through the back of the spine. As you exhale, extend the front leg. Let there be micro bend in the knees. We're reaching past the toes. Exhale, guide the right palm down towards your ankle. Left arm extends high. We're stacking left wrist on top of the chest over the right wrist. Keep that micro bend in the knees. If you need to bend the right knee, let's get alignment through the torso. We're pulling our hips to the wall behind us, crown of our head to the wall in front of us, openness in the front body. Again, coming back to that parachute breath, let's inhale, inflate the belly like a balloon. Exhale, let it fall back together. Pressing into the sides of the feet, the pinky toes, and then pressing into the sides of the big toes. Weight is evenly distributed. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your next inhale, we're pivoting back to a warrior two, hinging into the front leg. Arms are at a T. Let's open the chest. Pull the shoulders down and back. Breathe in. As you exhale, left hand comes flat behind the back. Right fingertips lift high. Inhale, extend. Find length in the right side body. You want to physically feel the ribs separating as you extend the right hand high. Keep that hinge in the front knee. Remember to draw the feet into one another, slight lift in the tailbone. Hold your weight, hold the integrity of your weight in the legs. Don't fall passive, don't let this knee relax, don't let the hips relax. Breathe in. Option to stay here, option to take a hinge back for a peaceful warrior. If your arm is extending back and you have lift in the chest, remember we're not back bending, we're heart lifting. Let's try to bring a little bit more openness to the front body. As you exhale, warrior two. Check in with yourself, check in with your front knee, check in with your hips. Take a look back at that arm. Let's make sure we're drawing the shoulders down and into one another. Link through the neck. Breathe in. Exhale as you hinge past the toes. We're gonna windmill the arms, frame the foot, step the feet back to a plank. Feet are hip width apart. Let's pull the shoulders down onto the back. If you choose, lower the knees. Modified plank, option is yours. Take a deep breath in, open the front body, whether you're modified or extended. As you exhale, hinge slightly forward, turn the elbows gently out. Graze the rib cage, we're lowering flat to the mat. Flatten the feet, press all 10 toes to the mat. Inhale, rise, baby, or full cobra. Tighten the back muscles, tighten the glutes. Lift the chest, lift the upper body, pull the shoulders down and back. Tuck the chin, lengthen through the neck. Breathe in. Breathe out, child's pose. Let's sit back into the heels, arms extend in front of us. Option to bring the big toes together, separating the knees and letting the belly fall through. Option to have the knees and ankles in alignment. If you do, let's try not to turn the toes inward. We want our feet completely flat. Toes are reaching towards the mat behind us. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your next inhale, we're pivoting weight into the hands, coming into a tabletop position. Fingers are separated. We want a strong foundation in the hands as well as the knees down the shins to the tops of the feet. So we're actively pressing into all of our touch points. Extend through the spine, let the front body be open. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, lift the tailbone, let the belly reach towards the mat. We're lifting our head, lift your gaze. Again, find that slight tuck in the chin so that we're lifting the top of our head rather than overextending our neck. Pull the shoulders down, breathe in. As you exhale, we're tucking the tailbone, rolling one vertebrae at a time. Press weight into your hands as you lift the shoulder blades, tucking your chin to your chest. Deep inhale. Exhale, lift the tailbone. Let's come back to a neutral tabletop position. Stepping back in the right toes, let's flatten that foot. We're preparing for a gate pose. So let's evenly distribute our weight in the right foot. Make sure that we're pressing down in the left foot. So top of the foot is pressing down. Our left wrist should be directly under our shoulder, fingers separated. Open the hips to the side wall. And as you exhale, our right arm can extend towards the ceiling. This is a deep hip, not a deep hip opener, but this is a hip opening pose. So let's focus our breath on the front of the hips. Let the front of the hips open like a lotus. Breathe in. Press down into your touch points as you exhale. Right fingertips reach to the sky. Open the front of the chest. Open the front body. As you exhale, let the right arm come by your ear. Pinky side of the hand is facing down. We're continuing to extend through each of the fingertips. Breathe in. Full line of energy through the right side body. Feel those ribs opening. As you exhale, right hand down to the mat. Turn the back knees down. Sitting into child's pose. Let's stay active in our child's pose. So walk the fingertips away from you. Let the elbows be lifted from the mat. Find extension through the spine. This can be a really sweet pose for some if you have the flexibility in your knees and in the spine, the arms. It can be a very great resting pose, but not if it's uncomfortable. So let's find comfort here if you need to bring the big toes together and separate the knees. We'll pause here for one more breath in, one more breath out. As you inhale, make your way into a tabletop position, ensuring that the wrists are below the shoulders, knees are below the hips. We're stepping back in the left big toe. We also want to try to lift through the lower back. So a slight lift in the low back, the hips. We're tucking the tailbone under the pelvic region. Place the bottom of the left foot down. Let's open the hips to the side wall. Exhale, left arm guides you into your gate pose. Open the front of the hips like a lotus. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extending the left fingertips high. Our fingers are separated. We're extending through the arm muscles, through the front body. Take a deep breath in as you press down into all your touch points. Make sure you're pressing down on the top of the right foot, bottom of the left. Pressing through the right hand. Again, you can come back to that imagery of your roots intertwining with the earth, holding you stable. Let's find grounding in this position. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower your left hand down. Let's come into a tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Extend the arms forward. Active child's pose. So keeping the glute muscles just slightly engaged. We're keeping the arms extended, slight lift in the upper body. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you exhale, let's roll it onto the heels. Inhale, let's lift onto high knees. Separate the knees hip width apart. I'm just gonna take one heart opener just to kind of explain, sorry if my feet are dirty, I have yogi feet, but just to explain the difference in what I feel in the compression in the spine, which we can also focus a lot in our flow outside of our back bends or hip openers, but this is a good one to find what exactly that feels like in a very dramatic way. So let's attach the thumbs to the hands, bring them into the lower back. Inhale, open the front body, light shines through. Pull the shoulders down and back, elbows actively pull into one another. We're inhaling to lift our head high. As you exhale, press the hips forward, gentle open in that lotus flower in the pelvic region. Elbows actively pull in, let's lower the back. Find lift in the heart, so lift your heart towards the sky. We're just taking a micro bend here. Let's not fall back into camel. We haven't prepared for that just yet. Lift in the spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Deep breath in. Lift the heart. As you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, rise. Let's sit into child's pose to counteract that. Reach for your heels. Find extension through each of the vertebrae. Breathe in. Breathe out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's roll onto the heels. Swing the legs around. Legs extend in front of us. Scoot to the tops of our mats. Before we lie down, we're going to come into a couple folds. So I would like to start with a twist, and then we'll come into a fold. So right leg draws into the body. Left foot is going to be flexed. We want the ankle directly in line. I'm having a hard time with these headphones. We want the ankle directly in line with the hips. Right knee draws down to the earth. Back of the left knee presses down. Inhale, lift the arms. Let's pause here. We're going to tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lift the front body. Let that light shine through. Pull back in the arms. Pull the shoulders down onto the back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, extend the fingertips high. As you exhale, twist over the right shoulder. Our right hand comes behind our hips. Press the fingertips into the mat, left hand on the knee. Before we twist, we want to lift. Remember that cloud-like feeling between each of the ribs. Inhale, let the clouds press through the ribs. As you exhale, look over the right shoulder. We're actively pressing into the right hand to give the upper body and front body lift. And we're gently pulling back in the right shoulder to twist. We're still focusing on the lower body. We're still pressing the knees into the mat. We're extending through the left heel. Breathe in. Exhale, release your twist. Inhale, lift the arms. Keep the lower body just as it is. As you exhale, bring your hands onto the mat to either side of your leg. As you inhale, open the front body, pull back in the shoulders, press into the sit bones, press into the legs. Option to stay here. This can be an advanced pose in itself. Feel free to stay here. If you do have a little bit more flexibility in the hips, you may begin to walk the arms forward as you guide your chest towards your knee. We want to be sure that we're keeping that full line of energy through our spine. So if your shoulders start to come up or your back starts to fold, let's gently walk the hands back to find that front body lift. Breathe in. Breathe out, press into the sit bones, press into the palms of the hands. Fingers are separated. Breathe in, lift the chest. Breathe out. Inhale, start walking the hands back to center. We're going to extend the right leg as you draw your left foot in. Pull back in the right knee, pull down in the left. Right foot is flexed. Inhale the arms high. Find your foundation. We shouldn't be able to shift side to side. We should have a solid foundation in the sit bones and both of the legs. Breathe in, lift the front body, slightly tuck the tailbone. Naturally, we'll have a deep arch here because we'll press the front body open. So let's tilt the tailbone under the pelvic region. Arms are by our ears. Inhale, lift through the fingertips, pull the shoulders down. As you exhale, let's twist over the left shoulder, right hand to your knee, left fingertips press into the earth. We're sitting nice and tall before we twist. Exhale, pull back in the left shoulder as you look over the left shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift high. Open the front body, press down in the foundation, your sit bones and your legs. Breathe in. On your exhale, untwist the torso, extend the arms high. Pull the shoulders down. Take a deep inhale, extend through the upper body. As you exhale, place the hands to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Let that sunshine come through the ribs. Breathe in. Breathe out, press down into the shoulder blades. Again, if you're comfortable here, let's stay here. If you're looking for a little more, we can walk the hands towards your toes. Guide your chest towards your knee. Please find the space to be the advanced yogi that can say, this isn't for me. I'm going to stay here with extended arms. You'll find far more benefit in your practice and in your students' practice to have the ability and the liberty to say that this is not serving me. Also have the understanding that it could have served you yesterday and today your body's a little differently waking up. So honor that space as well. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's start walking the hands back to center. We want to balance the legs, so separate the legs, mat width apart, both legs extended. We're getting a little deeper into the hips. If you'd rather, you can have them hip width apart. Flexing the feet, backs of the legs, press down. If this is a little uncomfortable or unattainable, we can bend the knees. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale, press down in the sit bones, reach the arms back, press the shoulders down. Resistance in the arms, resistance in the hands. Extension in the spine. Sit bones, press into the earth, tailbone slightly tucked. Exhale, we're reaching for the shins, the toes, or if you're comfortable, bring your hands to the mat in center. Wherever your arms may be, let's lift the front body, lift the chest, lift the rib cage. Press down in the backs of the knees, press down in the sit bones. Breathe in, length through the spine, through the neck. Breathe out, stay here, or maybe bring a little bit of weight into the hands as you draw your chest towards the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, let's rise. Let's bring the hands behind the back, pressing into the fingertips. Fingers are separated. Press into the base of the index finger. Let's point the toes, stretching the tops of the feet. As you inhale, shoulders draw back, chest lifts, rib cage opens. Exhale, let's relax the neck back. Lift in the throat so that we're not compressing the back of the neck. Breathe in. Breathe out, look to the toes. Let's lower onto the forearms. Pointing through the toes, pull the backs of the knees down. Elbows are in line with the shoulders. Breathe in, lift the heart. Breathe out, relax the neck with lift in the throat. Inhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Exhale, walk your arms by your sides. Let's go ahead and relax for Shavasana. Coming into any comfortable position. Take a couple deep breaths here. To honor your time and honor your space, I'm going to go ahead and let you sit in your own Shavasana. We'll meet back. Pause the video. Take however long you would like in Shavasana, and we'll meet back for one shared breath. If you'll come into a seated upright position, foundation in the sit bones, spine nice and long. We'll place our palms onto the knees. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Inhale, reach the arms around and up, palms firmly pressing together above your head. We'll exhale them down to heart center. Thank you all for this opportunity to guide you in your practice and being open to learning a new perspective of new things. Namaste.